Welcome to Annette TV episode 33, why you should consider putting prices on your website. In this episode, I'm speaking about why you might want to consider putting your pricing on your website. Now, I understand that there are many reasons that people give for and against this. Therefore, I want to basically speak about the reasons that people say they don't want to put their prices on their websites and some alternative views on that as well. My name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, a UK-based accounting firm. I am a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional, income strategist, and profit mentor. And I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. So the first reason that many people give for not displaying prices on their website is that they are afraid it will deter clients. But here's the thing, most of your clients already have a rough budget in mind for what you offer. And it's probably likely that in the marketplace, there are people offering incredibly cheap versions of what you offer and incredibly expensive versions of what you offer and all sorts in between. So if the client already has a budget in mind and they're coming to you with no idea of where you are on that scale, they get on a call with you, it is unlikely that you are going to manage to vastly impact that budget on the call. Now, you might manage to impact it a bit, but it's unlikely it's going to massively change. Therefore, by having the prices on your website, you are not wasting anyone's time when it comes to getting on one of those calls with you and moving them a stage further forward. You are not going to get people who drop off straight off as soon as you quote your price to them. So that is the first one. The second thing that you want to consider is around this reason. So people will say that if I put my prices on my website, then competitors will know what I charge and they'll be able to undercut me. But here's the thing, if your competitors want to know what you charge, they'll find out. They'll send a friend in or an employee in to inquire about your services and find out what you charge. So they'll find out if they're that desperate. And in all honesty, if they want to come in and undercut you and start a race to the bottom, that's not something you want to be involved in anyway. People don't often buy from the cheapest, particularly for services. I know that I've had experiences before where I have spoken to a service provider for something. They have told me their price and I've thought, that's way cheaper than I thought they were going to be. They can't be as good as they say they are. So being the cheapest is not always the best thing. In fact, it is rarely the best thing. Making sure that you charge and you deliver great value is way more important than your competitors finding out your price and attempting to undercharge you. And the third thing I want you to think about is the argument that it's too difficult or too complicated to put prices on your website. Well, here's the thing. If your pricing structure is too complicated to put on your website, it's probably too complicated. It's probably an area that needs simplified, because if you can't explain it succinctly and in a simplified way for your website, the likelihood is you're also not managing to do that on calls, on discovery calls, sales calls, whatever you want to call them, with your clients, and therefore you're probably confusing your clients on those calls, and we know that confused people do not buy. So if it's too complicated for your website, it's probably just too complicated when it comes to your pricing structure. So those are 3 reasons why people give for not putting prices on their website. Of course, it is completely a personal choice as to whether you want to put your prices on your website or not, but perhaps this video has given you some thinking points around whether you might want to consider putting prices on your site in the future. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and got value from it. If you have, I would love if you want to subscribe to this channel. Turn on the bell so that you know next time a video is uploaded. If you have any questions or comments on this, do let me know in the comments. I will be happy to answer those as well. And thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care.